Well, we have a random one today. It's this thing. I don't know if that's gonna focus, but it says Q16 Smart Tracking Tripod. And as you can see, it's a tripod. One click open. We've got, it comes with fill lights and face tracking, gesture control, piece that I like, no app required, so you don't have to give away your privacy maybe. Horizontal and vertical switching. It's got the universal screw, 360-degree rotation. Looks pretty good, right? Picture on the box. It's got the gestures, OK gesture, V gesture, palm gesture. I don't think it's focusing on that thumb gesture. Anyway, this is an inexpensive little tripod. It's got lights. So it says it has AI face tracking, because everything has AI now, right? It can't just be, face tracking. Got a Bluetooth remote control. It says it's got built-in quadrangle super anti-shake. That sounds fancy, doesn't it? And you can adjust horizontally and vertically. This is available on Amazon, but is it any good? Well, I have thoughts. Here it is. As a basic tripod, it's fine. It's a little strange, but it's fine. So you've got this arm here with the holder that you can put a phone in. This is the way it comes. It comes just like this. So you could hold it here if you just want to do a selfie stick kind of thing, or you can open it up and then you've got this handle and you can spin around with this handle, which is pretty handy. And it will go 360. It'll just keep spinning. You'll probably eventually spin it off and disconnect it if you go too far, because this is connected with a 1/4-inch screw. I don't know if you can see that in there, but there's a 1/4-inch. I can pull it out. Then you can see it just screws in with the standard mount. So you got to spin the right way so you don't, I can't see it. You want to make sure you don't disconnect it so that when you're spinning it, you're not just disengaging it from the body. And I can't get it to go back in because of course I can't. So you've got this arm here, like I said, for the control, so you can spin around. This arm can come pretty far back if you have this piece loosened and ratchet it out the way. You can come about that far back. This arm is adjustable. You can hear it clicking. You have the phone holder, which allows for a pretty big phone. I have my Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra here, and it will fit in here. It does fit, so it'll fit a pretty big phone. The S25 Ultra is not like a little mini baby, and it does fit in there pretty well. So you can fit a phone in there. Now, they say selfie because it's really not intended for you to use the back camera. You could probably rig it up that way, but if you've got it in here so you can see the screen, you're gonna find that you're gonna probably pick up more of the tripod in your shot than you want, depending on how you arrange things. It's really meant for the front-facing camera, but I have a workaround for that if you have special equipment. So here's the arm. This piece here comes out. This is the Bluetooth remote control, and you just pair it with your phone, and you can take pictures with the little picture button, and you can move the arm around with these little buttons on here. I don't know if you can see that, but up, down, left, right, and then in the middle you can turn tracking on and off. And you've got the plus or minus if you want to turn it on or off or zoom in and out. The Bluetooth remote control does work. It's a little fiddly, but it is rechargeable. It's got a USB-C port. I like that it charges via USB-C. I have a Bluetooth remote control for another camera here around here somewhere, and it runs on a battery, and every time I want to use it, the battery is dead. So having it be rechargeable is handy for me. If you don't like that and you prefer button style cells, then you're kind of out of luck here, because that's the only way it works. The tripod itself also charges via USB-C. I don't know why it's flashing. I probably pushed it, but you can see it's lighting up here, which tells you that it's on. It does take a while to charge from dead, so just if you want to use this for the first time out of the box, you might want to charge it up. It does take a while to charge. And then here, I don't know if you can see that, is the camera, which it uses to track you. So this is just a very basic, I don't want to call it dumb, but there is no app, so it's a very basic tripod. So the concept is that you stand it up, and as long as the camera can see you, you can move around left and right, and it will follow you. And you can hold up gestures to stop or to start. And that all kind of sort of works. Because I have extra weird equipment that probably not most people have, and let me turn this thing off so it's not dead when I want to use it again. This connector here I found more handy for me because I have this Sony attachment that I can put on here. And because I have an Xperia phone, because I'm a weirdo, I can put that in here. And I've put it in backwards. And so I can use the back camera with my Sony monitor that fits in this grip. And so I can actually, again, I think I have it in upside down, but I can use my Sony camera with this on this attachment and not even worry about this piece. It does come with these two fill lights, which are actually pretty bright. And they've got different color temperatures, I guess is the right way to say it. And you can just cycle through them, find one that you like. Whichever one suits your fancy, and you hold it to turn it on or off. I like these. It came with two of them. I think it's handy, even if you're not going to use this tripod, just having these little lights. They've got the button here on the side, and they charge via USB-C. I love these fill lights. I think they're cute, they're handy, they're small. I'm going to try not to lose them because I think that I could get some use out of those. So those are the two different ways you have to use it. You can attach whatever you want to the side, or you can use the phone grip it comes with. I had a difficult time making this work, and I'll show some video of when you're just using it steady with the handle. And you're spinning around, you can get pretty smooth. You can get, like I said, you can get pretty smooth action as you're panning around. It can be pretty smooth and pretty useful. But when you're trying to use the face tracking with the camera that's built into this thing, my experience was varied. The very first time I used it, it was kind of okay. It followed me a little bit. I didn't capture that on camera. Unfortunately, I wasn't recording at the time. When I went again today to try to use it, it wasn't usable. One more time. I don't know that I would rely on it in a pinch when you really need it to come through for you. It would not, it would not follow me. It would not even look at me. I have offended the tripod god, and it will no longer take my requests. So I don't find the camera tracking to be the selling point here. The selling point here is if you want a selfie stick / tripod to use with your phone, with the camera on your phone, this piece is fine. If you want to attach something else with the adapter, that's fine. If you want to use the handle to pan around, that's fine. The Bluetooth remote control does work if you're taking pictures. It's not really designed for video. This whole system, I think, is probably really best suited for selfie video, if you could get the tracking to work, or just taking pictures, whether you're holding it as a stick or using it as a tripod. As a tripod, it does extend. You got this little button here on the bottom. You push that, and you can get it to extend pretty far, pretty wide. So you've got some, bring my camera up. So it can go pretty tall, and you've got a little bit of adjustment. So you can have it pretty narrow like that, or you can have it come pretty low, pretty depending on your space, before you have it touch the bottom. Let me come back down so you can see that it's almost touching the bottom now of the table, almost touching the table. So you've got a little bit of room to play with. And now if you're using it, you can use the handle now and spin around, and you've got the adjustable angle for the thingy, and now you can spin around and do whatever you need to do, or just keep it, if you're focusing on something looking that way, then you've got your Bluetooth remote, and then you can also take the remote off. You don't even have to keep it in there. I think, again, the tracking leaves something to be desired. I wouldn't buy this tripod for the tracking. I would buy it if you want something. Would I even suggest that you buy it? If you're okay with what you've seen, you just want a small tabletop tripod because you can't extend this to use it like on the floor, or you want a handheld selfie stick with a handle, and you like the idea of having the two attachments, the one for your phone and the one for, a real camera or some other device, then I think it's fine, but you're paying for the AI face camera, and I think you can probably get better tripods, better tabletop tripods, certainly cheaper tabletop tripods. Everybody talks about the GorillaPod, right? This is a very inexpensive, very basic, very simple tabletop tripod. If you just want a tripod, I'd get this, and it's small enough that you can grip this as a selfie stick if you wanted to. It's not going to do anything but go where you point it and go where you spin it, right? So you're doing the hard work here. It's all in the movement of your wrist. But I think for me, the size is a little weird, and the adjustment isn't quite perfect for my desk setup. So I think I would say, if this interests you, try it, but don't buy it again for the face tracking, because I just didn't find it to be reliable, unfortunately. But But if you don't care about that, and again, you like the idea of the 2 attachments and the handle and the remote control, then maybe, but probably not. That's it. Thanks for watching.